Yo, what's going on, y'all? Uncle P, Reasonable Hate, and I am back with another reaction video. 11 fatal clips before the inevitable. Let's check it out and see what they talking about. Oh, like, share, subscribe, and if you don't subscribe, just at least watch the whole video. Like them up, like
Heard the strap creak and realized with horror that it was about to snap. It was the only thing keeping the stuntman from falling out of the plane, which was already at 152 meters. In an instant, the strap broke, and he was left dangling from a thin crossbar between the two landing gear struts. The wind gust swayed him, but Jim held on with all his might until suddenly. What happened next can be seen in the footage from the camera mounted on the wing. Today, I've compiled 11 shocking fatal cases.
Wait. This dumbass nigga didn't have on no fucking parachute? Come on, man.
On video for you. Keep watching to find out if stuntman Jim managed to hang on and avoid a lethal fall, and where the most catastrophic accidentally captured tragedy occurred.
This is about to be
As always,
stressful shit.
Viewer discretion is advised. On January 27, 2023, 34-year-old Daniel Miller was surveying the Wado Valley area in Auckland, which had been hit by a flood. That day, the northern regions of New Zealand's North Island were struck by a hailstorm. In 24 hours, the valley received as much rainfall as it usually does during the entire summer.
Damn.
People were trying to protect their homes while Daniel focused on helping others. He was also live streaming on Facebook. In the video, he was about to check if the residents of one of the flooded houses were okay.
Somebody was telling me to go up and check on the people in this house.
When suddenly, the camera fell into the water, showing only the fast-moving current. Then, the stream cut off. As he made his way through the water, Daniel fell into an open manhole and was swept into the sewer. He likely perished quickly from his injuries. In saving others, he lost his own life. The most heartbreaking part was that his entire family was watching the live stream at that moment. His body was carried all the way to a drainage pipe on Target Road in the Wado Valley. Now, the most horrific incidents often happen while filming entertainment content, where bloggers are so desperate for attention that they lose touch with reality. On June 20th, 2021, a user named Xiao Chumi was conducting her latest live stream. The 23-year-old girl worked as a tower crane operator and was filming herself right in the crane's cabin. But Xiao had no...
She was working that thing right there. See, in America, you're not going to see no woman operating no shit like that. And let's see what kind of training she had, or let's see if she had some training on this goddamn machine she working. And let's see how this dummy died. Let's see.
No idea how disastrous this stream would turn out to be. As she was getting ready to go home and
You
stepped out
supposed
of
to
the
be
cabin,
fucking working, and you doing TikTok fucking videos. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
she needed to climb down a long ladder. Suddenly, on the very first step, she misplaced her foot and plummeted down. Her phone captured the moment. She fell nearly 50 meters and lost her life. Creating content in such locations without any safety measures is a really bad idea, even if you're eager to capture the breathtaking mountain slopes in the
Some
autumn
dumb
sunlight.
shit. Why would you do that?
Like 47-year-old Tetsushi Ohara. On October 28, 2019, he decided to conquer Mount Fuji, located near Tokyo. Tetsu was dressed in regular light clothing and didn't even bring crampons. Those special shoe attachments with little spikes that prevent slipping on icy surfaces.
I was about to say, what
And
is
he really
crampons?
could have used them. The only gear he had were hiking poles. The most important item for this climb, he probably thought, was his smartphone. He even says in the video that despite all this, he kept his phone in his hands to keep them warm.
Wait.
But Tetsu...
Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that that mountain? How the fuck is he going to die?
He even says in the video,
look, how the fuck are you going to die? How? Unless he got froze to death or something. It don't look like you can fall off this motherfucker. Come, you got to be a dumb motherfucker.
that despite all this, he kept his phone in his hands to keep them warm. But Tetsu didn't want to stop the live stream. He was almost at the peak and was showing viewers the landscape from 3,776 meters.
Damn.
However, literally right after saying this, he lost his balance on the slippery slope and screamed. Tetsu fell from the rocky, snowy slope, but still didn't stop the live stream. He could have let go of the smartphone and stuck his pole into the ground to save himself. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. His body was captured on video, yet I can't show you those clips, so I've recreated them in animation. In the final chilling shot of the live stream, you see Tetsu frozen mid-fall. If you want to see the full recording, I'll leave a link below. Viewers immediately started calling the police and rescuers. However, Tetsu's lifeless body was found the next day, 1,000 meters away from where he fell. The novice blogger passed away live on air. Nicole Barobasova also wanted to make exciting content. On July 6, 2017, in Obnice, Czech Republic, she was live streaming on Facebook right from a car speeding down the road. Her friend was driving, pushing the Volkswagen to 120 kilometers per hour. In the video, the girls are laughing and saying they'll try to hit 170. Nicole, looking nervous, occasionally glances between the camera and the road. Then, the footage shows the moment the car suddenly jolts and flips from the impact. They crash into a barrier. The mobile phone camera stays on, and viewers see the car's interior flipping over. Then the shot freezes on the seatbelts, and the girls are no longer speaking or moving. Nicole lost her life on the spot, and her friend ended up in the intensive care unit with a severe head injury. Content involving filming extreme experiences indeed gets a lot of views, but people are deliberately doing dangerous things there. What scares me even more are videos of fatal incidents accidentally caught on surveillance cameras because the people in them had no idea what was coming. On July 26, 2015,
this is what I want to understand.
31-year-old...
Like, do people have such disregard for life that they will do this dumb shit? Because it just seems like it's the younger motherfuckers doing this type of stupid shit. I know this motherfucker say 31 years old, but I'm talking about them content creators that was trying to do that dangerous, exciting bullshit. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, man.
Jiang Luzhen was calmly shopping with her 2-year-old son at the AZG Mall in China.
How the fuck do you die shopping?
They were going up the escalator when, suddenly, at the very top, a metal panel under their feet collapsed, and both started to fall into the gap.
You're lying.
The mother immediately lifted her son by his arms and pushed him out of the trap. These scenes are too horrifying, and YouTube won't allow me to show them to you. But it looked something like this. Mall employees were right by the escalator and quickly seized the boy, pulling him to safety. Then the employees rushed to save his mother, grabbing her hand. Yet she still fell into the escalator shaft. I've also left a link to the surveillance camera footage below. It took firefighters 4 hours to cut open the escalator and retrieve the woman.
Gotta see that.
But unfortunately, she had already passed away. The injuries Jiang suffered from the fall were fatal. After the incident, it was revealed that 5 minutes before the tragedy, mall staff had reported that the panel at the top of the escalator seemed oddly protruding from the floor. Yet no one stopped the mechanism for inspection and repair. I can't say this adds one more phobia for me since I've always been afraid of escalators. However, what shocked me the most was how often accidents happen in various workplaces. On August 16, 2021, 21-year-old Day Davis started his first day at work at the Bacardi bottling plant in Jacksonville, Florida. The guy didn't fully grasp.
This one was on another one of the videos I did. Yeah, he got fucked up.
What his duties or their risks were since his training lasted only 15 minutes. Before starting his tasks, he took this photo in the bathroom mirror in his work uniform and sent it to his girlfriend. He was very proud to have been hired at a globally renowned rum factory. He wasn't even bothered by the fact that he was a laborer given the toughest and most dangerous tasks. In Florida, the risk of injury for such workers is about 50% higher than for permanent staff. Davis's first assignment was to clean up glass under the palletizer, a machine that packs and stacks cases of rum on pallets. Bottles often broke on it, yet this defect was never fixed. The operator stopped the conveyor platform, and Davis crawled under it to clean up the broken glass inside the machine. The operators were supposed to lock out the machine so no one could accidentally turn it on. However, they hardly ever did this to save time, and this time the system malfunctioned, and the platform started lowering right onto Davis.
See,
in the surveillance,
this is fucked up. All because some lazy ass shit. You being lazy as fuck. And somebody lost their life because your lazy bitch ass. Man, fuck you for that.
Surveillance footage, you can see workers presumably hearing his screams and rushing to lift the platform manually as the operator repeatedly pressed the emergency stop button.
Niggas running
but it
back
was
and
all
forth
in
and
vain.
shit.
The platform held about 60 cases weighing over 900 kilograms. So when rescuers arrived, it was too late. The weight of the machine had crushed Davis.
Damn.
Surveillance cameras recorded the worker's lethal first day on the job. Sometimes risk and danger
That's
are
fucked
part
up.
of your profession. On October 5th, 2003, Dwayne Weston stood at the open door of an airplane, ready to perform a stunt jump with a parachute. Dwayne was one of the best base jumpers in the world. His most famous stunt was a jump from the 73rd floor of the Petronas Towers in Malaysia. Dwayne constantly pushed himself with harder challenges, and this time, he planned to jump with another extreme athlete from the plane to then descend on both sides of the Royal Gorge Bridge near Canyon City, Colorado. This place is also known as the Royal Gorge, and the difficulty of the stunt was that it was narrow enough for maneuvering with parachutes. So, Weston was in a wingsuit, a special aerodynamic suit. The base jumper leaped and quickly reached a speed of 160 kilometers per hour. But he didn't account for the fact that the gorge had very strong winds. He was blown slightly off course, and Dwayne, at high speed, hit the bridge's railing, then fell onto the rocks approximately 90 meters from the bottom of the gorge. From his injuries, he lost a lot of blood and met his end very quickly. I watched the full video through my fingers. If you can handle it, I'll leave a link in the description. Similarly, the
they won't let me
thrill-seeking
show all
stuntman,
that shit,
Jim
man.
Bullet Bailey, met a tragic end. In the 70s and 80s, he was famous as the Torpedo Man. Using a special suit with titanium blocks, Bailey would attach himself to a race car or bike, which would drag him along the ground at high speed. This time, he wanted to make his signature stunt even more spectacular and dangerous. The stuntman planned to hang from the underside of a small plane, rise into the sky with it, and fly a small circle over the airport. Upon landing, the aircraft was supposed to drag him along the runway, like this. Then, the stuntman needed to unclip himself and continue sliding on the road. Although the practice went well, during the real shoot for the That's Incredible show on ABC, something went wrong with the mechanism. Bailey was suspended from the single-engine Belanca by a strap, and when the plane gained altitude, the harness suddenly snapped. The video taken from a camera mounted on the wing shows Jim desperately clinging to the bar between the two landing gear struts. But the massive suit with the spacesuit helmet pulled the stuntman down with its weight, and he couldn't hold on. Eventually, he let go and perished. I've also left a link to this video in the description. The man fell from a height of 152 meters and passed away on impact. When attempting such stunts, extreme athletes usually understand the risks they're taking. However, what's even more troubling are the videos where large groups of people lose their lives without being in a dangerous location. On February 14th, 2004, Transvaal Park in Moscow was once again packed with visitors. At the time of its opening, the water park was touted as the largest of its kind in Europe. The main attraction was heated pools. On that frosty February day, there were over 800 people there. It was also Valentine's Day, so most visitors were young couples on dates, like Dmitry Kulagin and his girlfriend. Suddenly, their fun and romantic day turned into a living nightmare. At 7:15 p.m., the roof of the building collapsed with a terrifying crash right onto the 300 visitors in the pool. The building's dome was made of different materials, so some were hit by huge chunks of concrete, while others were severely cut by glass shards. Dmitry and his girlfriend froze in horror for a moment at the dreadful scene before them. Injured or deceased people under the rubble, others screaming and running chaotically to the exits. Dmitry then heard a loud noise, followed by one of the building's columns beginning to fall, dragging down the rest of the structure. In the video, you can see people in their swimsuits running through the snow and ice to escape the tragedy, while rescuers help those who can't walk. The architect, Nodar Konchili, who designed the water park, claimed that terrorists caused the tragedy. In reality, though, the fault...
My nigga, that's what you came up with. You designed that building like fucking shit, and it came the fuck down, and that's what you blamed it on, some fucking terrorists, nigga? Man, get the fuck out of here with that bitch ass shit.
Lay in the complex design errors due to his gross miscalculations. Dmitry and his girlfriend managed to escape, but not everyone was so lucky. 28 people, including 8 children, lost their lives under the rubble and from hypothermia, and 193 were injured. Unfortunately, the mistake of one person can cost many lives. This was the case for Janet Aguero. On June 24, 2021, she was vacationing with her husband and kids in a 12-story condo by the sea in Surfside, a Miami suburb, at the Champlain Tower South. It was nighttime, and everyone was asleep. But at 1:22 a.m., the family was awakened by a strange trembling of the walls. Other residents of the small seaside town also woke up. Some thought they heard an explosion. 12 seconds later, there was another, louder crash. That's when everyone realized the building was collapsing.
Get the fuck
One
out
wing
of
of
here.
the high-rise began to crumble, and in this video from nearby building cameras, you can see the exact moment when 12 floors and 55
Yep.
apartments turned into a burning heap of concrete and
the
steel. The
fuck?
people living there were trapped. Janet's family hurried to escape, seeing the roof slowly sliding, which meant there was very little time to save themselves. As they fled, they witnessed a horrifying scene. People crushed by debris, screaming in pain, calling for help, while some couldn't make a sound. The family didn't stop, understanding that their lives were at stake. They managed to get outside just before the building almost completely collapsed. This all happened within 10 short minutes. Rescuers had to use sonar and specially
Fucking
trained dogs to
crazy.
find people under the rubble, but only 4 were rescued, one of whom later passed away in the hospital. On that dreadful night, 98 people lost their lives under the
Damn.
rubble. Just like with Transvaal Park, the
How the
tragedy
fuck-
happened
wait,
due to
wait,
design.
Wait. How the fuck does that happen, man? And I wonder how long were those buildings there? Because what causes a fucking building to fall down? An earthquake, a tsunami, a hurricane, a tornado. But there was nothing around. It doesn't look like the wind was blowing. Wasn't no earthquakes. Man, that shit's crazy, man. That's somebody need to pay for that.
flaws. The deck by the building's pool was weaker than building codes required, and the concrete columns supporting the high-rise building were also found to be unreliable. Still, there's one case where someone intentionally recorded a horrific tragedy. This is a live stream video from May 18th, 2023 by DeMonte Tyree Sherrill. He was working on a construction site when a sudden fire broke out. In the live stream, you can hear him desperately pleading for help.
The building on fire, and I can't get out.
Unfortunately, the firefighters couldn't reach him, and DeMonte perished in the relentless flames.
What?
Though this story has a tragic ending, it highlights that live streaming during extreme situations can sometimes offer a glimmer of hope for rescue. Have you ever encountered shocking moments during live streams of your favorite vloggers?
That's fucked
Share in the
up.
comments.
That's fucked up right there. To see a motherfucker that's about to meet their end. Right there, he's on camera. And he's saying, man, I need help. I can't get out. The building's on fire. Man, that's got to be the scariest thing. And then you actually die. And he probably didn't even actually die from the actual fire. It probably was from the smoke. Because that's how when buildings is on fire, that's what they say. People die from the smoke and shit. But that's crazy, man. Anyway, this is Uncle P with that reasonable hate, you feel me? Like, share, subscribe. And like I said, if you don't subscribe, just watch it. Hit that notification goddamn bell too. I love y'all. Peace.